raised $25 billion. Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but my gut is it's around 10-ish billion. And that money came in the last bull run. And what people they've forgotten, that big first move from 10 to 60 before the famous Elon quote, most of that was GBTC, right? You had, $6-8 billion coming into a market that was still, reeling from the previous bear market before the last bear market. And, somebody was going after Eric on Twitter yesterday saying, your numbers are wrong. I've never seen a $3 billion inflow without, prices mooning. I said, well, he said, Holmes, the numbers are right. So yeah, you're just missing a variable. And that variable that this person is not paying attention to is the sales. And the other thing that people aren't talking about, and I don't understand because it happens every single year, is Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is coming and they got to fill the red envelopes with cash. And everybody else in that upper echelon is doing, other than Larry. Larry's taken the other path. He's like, oh, I'm the enlightened one now, which is smart. And I'm the trusted one. And they won't do as good a job educating as Bitwise is doing. Bitwise is Matt Hogan and those guys have been educating on ETFs and how to integrate into your portfolio for 2 years, right? They've been working on this for 2 years and it's paying off in spades. But BlackRock will be close because they can pay big money to get really talented folks to produce content. Now, their ad was cringe. I mean, it was cringe. The guy had too much makeup
but it's going to work.
No, it's going to work. It's going to work because they know their client base. They know their client base. Their client base wants to hear new age music. They want to see, the no tie with the suit coat. They want to see very calm. They don't want boisterous. They don't want Yusko. They want Roboton. In fact, I said, are we sure that wasn't AI? I'm not sure that guy was a human. But look, Jamie is clearly talking down the asset so that his friends
get these exchanges. And it's a super easy and nice UX. Now, Clearloop is trusted by the likes of Flow Traders, Brevin Howard, Nickel, some of the best in the business. But the coup de grace is in the extreme edge case that one of these exchanges were to go bankrupt, they have a very clever trust structure which segregates your assets and keeps you completely protected. So click the link at the bottom of this episode, especially if you're a hedge fund or market maker and you want to learn more, or better yet, Dimitri, the CEO, is actually going to be in person on a panel hosted by yours truly at Digital Asset Summit. So DAS London, that's March 18th to the 20th in London. So you should definitely click the link at the bottom of this episode, give your boy some credit, but also, even better, come to DAS London and hear from Dimitri himself. All right, cheers everyone.
I've been in this space and watching it for 6 years. I'm just happy people are talking. I mean, there was a period of time where people wouldn't talk about any of this stuff. And now everyone at least has an opinion on it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. That's totally fine. I think one aspect of it that I've been thinking about recently is there's this really great quote from Jack Bogle about commodities and
passive strategies. They got a law passed in 1986, Tax Act of 1986, that changed the way corporations did their pensions. They went from defined benefit, where you knew what you were going to get, to defined contribution. There were two things that did. One, it cut the cost to corporations by 30%. They could put in 30% less of their profits every year into the pension. So they all voted for it and lobbied for it. And Jack got a constant stream of flows where he could charge, just a little bit. I don't charge very much. I just charge a little bit on a big shit ton of money. And he got super rich. And if you look at the average retiree today, they're fucked. And I shouldn't use that language, but they are fucked because they don't have enough. They have not compounded at a high enough rate. But, it's so great because I'm paying low fees. you've been scammed. They have been scammed. So to say commodities have no value, really? Okay, price of gold in 1933 was $33. Today, an ounce of gold is $2,000. That's a return. In fact, that's as good a return as any other asset that you think is so great. And it's better than the fixed income returns. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well,
And that's not even common law, right? Even UK British common law, all the colonization and okay, that was bad, very bad. But it did leave a legacy of good law and good property rights. And look, government can still, through coercion and violence, mandate, right? They can say things like, force majeure or eminent domain, yours is mine now. And most reasonable democracies / republics don't do that very often. But there are plenty of places that do. And can't do it in a cryptographically secure ledger that can't, everybody's like, well, they're just going to ban it. Like, how? You're going to turn off every computer in the world simultaneously? I mean, every node in the world, not every computer, but every node that's connected to the network. It's not happening.
Yeah. I also think if you squint at it already,
yet they've become one of the largest and most successful stocks in U.S. market history because they grift. And that type of stuff is, to your point, it's all on these little things that are part of law. And once you get them changed, once you get them integrated, there's no going back. And well, there's not no going back. You can go back, some number of generations later when people forget. But, it's like, it was amazing to me to listen to the judge in the Coinbase case.
Yeah.
Debating with the SEC lawyers about whether laws written in 1933 could possibly be perfectly effective today, 90 years later. Let's think, maybe a few things have been invented in 90 years, maybe. And to actually argue the point that nope, that's perfect is so disingenuous. It's kind of comical. And it just goes to the point of power. Well, I would like to maintain my power